Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 211.
We woke up here in our studio at the Polynesian this morning and once again had cereal and milk for breakfast from that Instacart order. And I was getting ready for the day because I'm actually going out with a friend to see Lion King. Her teenage sons don't really want to see the movie and I haven't seen her in a while, so she's just a local friend who's going to come pick me up. But I've already seen Lion King with Robert. I wore the only Lion King shirt I own, so I was trying to figure out what to wear. I was going through my suitcase and then I thought, I wonder if Robert has something I can wear. And he was like, you're gonna wear one of my shirts? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out what to wear. It's not like I can go to the store and buy something. So I started going through his suitcase and came across this shirt. And I was like, I think I can pull this off. I'm gonna make it work. And I was actually really proud with how it came out. And so my friend came and picked me up and we went to Disney Springs. We got into the theater and we were the only ones in there. We're like, are we gonna see this movie by ourselves? It is the morning showing. It started at like 10:30 or 11 in the morning. And so not many people are going to see a movie at that time on a weekday, but right before the movie started, 3 people did walk in. So there was a grand total of 5 of us in the movie theater. And so we got to sit wherever we wanted. It was great. There was no one around us and we watched Lion King. She really enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing it again because there are always those little things you don't notice the first time you watch a movie because you're just trying to get the overall plot of the movie. And so the second time you watch something, you see little details you never saw before. So it was just a lot of fun. It was really good to see her. We chatted for a little bit at Disney Springs before she drove me back to the Polynesian.
And I didn't care that she went to go see a movie because I don't really want to see Lion King again. And I've got a very busy day. I can't go to see a movie if I wanted to because I had 5 different calls scheduled today. Several of them were with the different reps I have with Disney because when you do an event with Disney, not only do you have your event representative, you also have the person who does the AV and you have the person who does the food and beverage. And since we sent all those different things in yesterday for our final numbers and everything, now they all want to talk to me and like work out all the finer details and stuff. So lots of fun spending time there in the room on the phone talking to all these people and really no time in my day to go and see a movie. So it was fine. Alyssa went and saw the movie by herself. I was happy staying back and working.
When I got back to the Polynesian, I ran into Stitch just walking around the lobby having a great time. So we took a selfie together and then I took a fun picture of Stitch. And then Lilo was also in the lobby. So I took a couple pictures with her and took a picture of her as well. I did not get a picture with Pluto. He was kind of booking it out of there. I think it was time for them to head to the back. I'm sure they were hungry. And so I did snap a picture of him, but didn't get a picture with him. I went back to the room and we had sandwiches for lunch with peanut butter and jelly again. And then we decided to go for a walk. Robert did have one more phone call this afternoon. And so he was on the phone. I was just walking around with him and we were just enjoying being out. I've been in the movie theater all morning and then in the lobby of the Polynesian. He's been in the room all day. But we're here at Disney. We want to enjoy our surroundings, even if it's at the resorts, because we love the Polynesian, the vibe out here, the music. So while he was on the call, we just kind of walked and he had his phone call and we just enjoyed being here.
Well, that, and I tend to pace when I'm on the phone anyway.
Yes.
In that little studio, after several phone calls back and forth pacing around the room, I needed to get out and
a
go
hole in it.
somewhere else that I could walk besides the same pathway in the room over and over. So yeah, that was probably the real reason I went out. Even though it's hot outside, I needed to get out of that room. After my last call was finished, we headed back to our room, picked out some clothes, changed into those, and then picked out another outfit to take with us, packed it up, and got on the bus over to Disney Springs. We brought a change of clothes because we have plans to do a photo shoot today at Disney Springs. We know there's a Photopass photo studio over by the co-op at Disney Springs, and we've never gone before. So we thought today will be a really good day to try it out. We're gonna go wearing what we put on, and then we're gonna change and go back and get some more pictures.
So we showed up and waited in line. It doesn't take very long because they do go through the pictures pretty quickly. There were several families in front of us, so we waited. There's air conditioning in here, so we don't mind being in the building at all. It is quite hot today. So we waited in line, waited our turn, and got up there, and we told her we're gonna be back a few different times, so do you mind just doing a bunch of different poses? Do you have any props? And she's like, yes, we do. Which ones do you want? We're like, any of them you have, we want props included. So we took some really funny pictures, we took some really nice pictures. They had so many different backdrops, but the best part is, if you have a prop with you, you can kind of guess what the picture is, but if you don't, you have no idea what you're taking a picture with in the background. They would just tell you like, okay, look nice, smile, look scared. You don't know what you're taking a picture with. You're just surprised later when they show up in your Photopass. After we took all of these pictures, we headed out, changed into our next change of clothes, and got back in line, waited our turn once again. This time there was no one behind us, so we asked if we could take pictures in the really pretty studio they have. This is more what you imagine a studio to be, kind of those formal photos that you would get. And so she said, yeah, there's no one here, there's no one waiting. She was the only one working, so she had to make sure that both booths were covered. But because no one else was waiting in line, she did allow us to do that. So we went and took more formal photos. She did a wonderful job. And I mean, they have props for this as well. It's crazy. They had a parasol, so we used that. They had a book. There were just several different things, and so we took some nice pictures, we took some fun pictures as well in this one. And at this point, no one had shown up. I guess it's just a weird time of day, no one else was coming. So we're like, do you mind if we go back and take more pictures in the other one? Do you have more backdrops? She goes, oh, we have backdrops.
You're not gonna run out of backdrops.
And so we're like, okay, do you mind if we go back? She goes, sure. So we went back over there and took way more pictures over here. It is so crazy how many they have. And you can give any type of direction if you'd like. Hey, I'm doing these for a celebration, a birthday, whatever it may be. They do have different ones they can choose. We were happy with whatever, so we said, just surprise us. And then she pulled out Hey Hey, and I was like, yes, we're taking a picture with Hey Hey. It was so much fun. So we just had a really good time. It was very relaxed, especially because there was no one else waiting. We could take as much time as we needed.
After we were done with pictures, we did not get on a bus and go back to the resort. We have other plans at Disney Springs tonight. First up on the list is the new Descendants party going on the Marketplace stage right there by World of Disney. It is a brand new dance party, basically trying to advertise the new Descendants 3 movie that's coming out. And we weren't really sure if it was going to be for little kids or adults, or if it was going to be a big deal or not. We got over there, it was a big deal going on. They had a couple different photo locations with backdrops and frames that you could take pictures with, and there was a DJ up on stage who was doing a phenomenal job getting everyone up and dancing and singing. It was so impressive. He did a great job handling the crowd and getting them involved in the different songs. And he also played one of the songs from the yet to be released Descendants 3, and everyone loved that.
Remember, it's good to be bad.
Remember, it's good to be what? Good to be what? That's right, but remember, hard to go, though. Hard to go, hard to go, hard to go. Hard to go, guys, don't forget. So what do you say, Philly kids? Are you guys ready to hear the latest song from Descendants 3? No, are you serious? Are you ready? Now it sounds like you're ready.
We had way more fun at this dance party than we expected we would. It was really impressive seeing adults and kids out there dancing, just having a really good time. And of course, with everyone else having a good time, we had a great time too, just being here. But it is still pretty warm outside.
It's still
July,
Yep.
And even with the sun going down, it's still pretty hot, very humid. And that's the big part of it, is just the humidity. So we decided to go inside a store until we meet up with our friends very soon. We were all supposed to meet at a certain time. On our way there, we saw this gorgeous sunset and the hot air balloon. Of course, we had to stop and take a picture because that's just who we are. And then we quickly kept going because we're going to Uniqlo again. I'm hoping to get a shirt this time. I didn't buy anything last time. Robert got a shirt. I didn't get one. I also wanted to get a few more pictures because with the fact that I wanted to write a blog post about this, where you can get cheaper Disney shirts, I wanted to make sure I had a big variety of photos to show for kids, adults, men, women, all of it. And so we just went around taking more pictures, just seeing what they had. And I ended up falling in love with this adorable Pixar alien popsicle t-shirt. It ended up being my favorite thing there. It was so silly, but it's so cute. I love the aliens in Toy Story. They're one of my favorite characters. So that was the shirt I chose to purchase. And we pretty much stayed in here just wandering around and looking at every single thing they had, because it's air conditioned and we have nowhere else to be at this point.
After we checked out, we headed over to meet our friends on the other side of Disney Springs because for the first time ever, we are going to Splitsville. We are very excited to go bowling tonight. Cast members on certain nights at certain times get discounts on bowling and also on food, and they all wanted to meet up at that certain time on this certain day to get that discount and enjoy bowling together. So we went over there, signed up for bowling, and got our shoes from the front, and they took us over to our lane, which was all the way back in the corner. Probably a good idea because we have way too much fun and we're all very loud when we're all together because it's just friends hanging out. So stuck us in the corner, and all 8 of us got signed up to bowl, and we knew we're gonna order some food because not only it's discounted, yeah, that's part of it, but I've heard really good things about the food here at Splitsville, and I want to try like everything on the menu. There were lots of things on the menu, but only certain items were discounted for cast members, so we decided to get those items because we want to save money while also trying all the great food. We started off with several things kind of just for the table, in addition to food for ourselves. We first got the loaded fries, which we were told it was a big plate by the server. They weren't kidding. It was a huge plate of fries. There's 8 of us here, and I guarantee you all 8 of us can munch on these, and there's plenty for all of us. The fries were really good, and we've gotten these several times since because we really, really like them. We also got the small pizza that we figured everybody could kind of share and munch on if they wanted that. Honestly, wasn't impressed with the pizza at all. It tasted kind of like what we expected bowling alley food to taste like. It was just like, oh yeah, that's a pizza, I guess. It's fine, whatever. But the fries impressed us, so you know, we're kind of 50-50 so far on everything. Then our main courses came. We got a bacon cheeseburger with onion rings, and I expected, kind of like the pizza, to be, you know, disappointed a little bit. This burger delivered. It's not a bison burger from Geyser Point. It's not the best burger on property, but it was a really good burger, better than most quick service places and even some of the table service places I've had burgers, so I was pretty happy with it.
We also ordered the fry cone, which we thought was just like a side of fries. It was a huge cone of fries, basically shareable for everyone, so that ended up being another plate of sharing for everyone.
We didn't have enough fries to begin with, I guess.
Yeah, we were told the fries were good, and we really enjoyed them. We didn't realize how big the container of fries was going to be when we ordered it. We also got the dragon roll sushi. Now, I'm not a fan of sushi, but we were told you have to try this sushi. I was like, all right, so Robert tried it. He goes, wow, that's amazing. And I was feeling adventurous. At this point, I've had a little slice of pizza. I've had the fries. So I've been snacking, and everything's been good so far. I was like, all right, I'm going to try it. I've only had sushi one other time in my life, and it did not end well.
It did not end well at all. It came to like the reaction I wish I had video of, because she couldn't even like finish it. She hated it.
Bad. It was so bad.
Hated it. And I was like, this is really good sushi. So you can try one piece, because if you don't eat it, I don't want any more to go to waste, because I really like this sushi.
So Robert was ready. He videoed this because he did not want to miss this. And so I put it in my mouth and was really surprised that I liked the sushi, because I've never liked sushi before. I don't even like the smell of it. And this was actually really good. And this is the same sushi I talk about that I crave. This is that sushi. It's the only sushi in the world I have found that I will eat.
And I was just happy she didn't immediately like spit it out hating it. She was actually kind of okay with it, and then realized she liked it, and then she ate several more pieces. And that's when I realized I made a grave mistake by getting her to try it in the first place, because I could have had the whole thing for myself, and now I have to share. I did have one thing that I didn't have to share though, and that was an icy, because you know, food colorings, you can't have that, so I got to keep it all for myself. It came in a cool souvenir bowling pin cup that you could get refills on while you were there, and I was like, I want the bowling pin cup, and the icy's just kind of a bonus on top, and also I don't have to share, so I got one of those to enjoy throughout the bowling night. And
of course, through all of this, we were bowling with our friends, having a really good time, so we would just take turns. If we're not bowling, then we're sitting there snacking, and then it was our turn to go bowl. Robert did get a strike tonight. He got several of them, but I only got one on video. And I don't think I got a strike at all, but I did do pretty well. I did better than I expected, so I was happy with that. I don't have high hopes for my bowling anyway, so anything somewhat decent, I'm really happy about. We had so much fun with our friends tonight, just visiting with them, talking, laughing at each other, either cheering because we're doing really well or just laughing because, you know, most of us aren't very good at bowling. And while we were bowling, we noticed that there was a teenage boy and his dad kind of behind us, which is odd because we're over off to the side. There's nothing else over there. There wouldn't be a reason to be over there unless you're bowling, and we have that whole section. So we kind of noticed they were there, thought maybe they were lost, and we're like, well, if we think they need directions or anything, we'll let them know, but the exit's on the other side. But we were by a huge glass wall. It's very dark out. At this point, it's around 11:30 at night. And the next thing we know, we hear boing. And immediately we're like, is everything okay? We look over. The dad had walked straight into the glass.
Yep.
And left a face print
in the glass. He thought it was just a big open area. It was not a big open area, and you just saw this smudge on the glass, just
it was so
face
bad.
first right into it.
And we were trying so hard not to laugh because there's a huge group of us there, and all of us heard it. So we were trying to be really considerate, so we turned away, and then we look at his son, and he literally went and turned around and walked away. Didn't ask if he was okay, nothing, just walked away. I was like, oh my goodness.
So once the guy actually did walk away, kind of staggered away after a second, then we lost it. We just died laughing. It was so terrible, but also so funny. And for the rest of the night, anytime one of us happened to look back that direction and just see the smudge, they just lost it, and then everybody else started laughing again too.
We were very slap happy.
And I'm sorry, sir, if you're watching this and you were the man that smashed into the glass and embarrassed yourself.
But you made our night, so thank you.
You made us laugh a lot. And we still laugh about it to this day with those same friends. And we're like, hey, remember that time at Splitsville? And that's all we have to say, and we know exactly what we're talking about.
Now at Splitsville, you get a certain amount of time to bowl based on your party size. So for instance, we were there a few weeks ago and there were 4 of us, so we got an hour and a half to bowl. Great. Well, because there's 8 of us, we got a really good amount of time to bowl, but we made it to about 30 minutes left and we finished another game. We're like, maybe we can make it. Do we think it's possible? Like 8 people bowling, could we do 10 rounds? And we tried really hard. I mean, we were literally standing there with the bowling balls ready to go, trying to get strikes so it would go faster. We did everything we could, but at this point, it's late at night. Our bowling has just gotten terrible.
It's even worse than the bad that it already was when we started.
Yeah, the first game, you usually do your best, and then from there, it just kind of like trails off. So this was not a good situation. We've been slap happy all night. We've had lots of food. Like, it's just not going well. So we did try, but we literally only made it through 5 frames. That was all we got. We tried so hard, but we had so much fun. We were so impressed with the food tonight. And of course, being with friends, like bowling is so much fun in and of itself, but then to be with friends, to have a really good time late at night, so we're slap happy, having so much fun together.
Really slap happy at this point.
We just had such a wonderful evening together. It was just amazing. And we were definitely impressed with our visit to Splitsville. And we're like, okay, we have to come back. This is not going to be the only time we come.
I think one of the reasons we had so much fun was everyone was equally bad at bowling. And that's, as long as everyone's on equal playing field for bowling, then it's fun. And then, of course, the great food. I still can't believe we had such good food at a bowling alley. And now we know, like, it's Alyssa's favorite sushi, and I really like several of the things on the menu there. It's like, it's a great place to go eat and also have some fun bowling. When we finally left, it was almost empty in the entire bowling alley, so we took some pictures around because, like, there's no one in them, may as well take some good pictures. Headed outside. At this point, it's after midnight at Disney Springs. And apparently on Tuesday night, after midnight at Disney Springs, since most of the stores closed at 10, yeah, it's really empty and there's nobody around. So it was kind of cool walking through, and there's really quiet as far as people go, but then there's like the background music and stuff. But it also was kind of creepy because Disney Springs usually has a ton of people and there's no one here.
Very alive.
Yeah, not this time.
We said goodbye to our friends and headed over and took the bus back to the Polynesian. We got back very late. We were very tired, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.